Welcome to another video, guys. This is Quidgy Games, and this is going to be a video a little rambling, but also like a little scripted, where I read off some notes about what I have for this. So the topic, as you can see in the video, is basically what a good demo can do for what I would say is bad marketing. Now, this is opinionated, of course, and if you think the marketing was good, that's fine. It's not opinion on the game itself, mostly on the lead up to this specific demo. So leading up to this demo, we had the reveal in 2020 at the PlayStation Showcase, where they showed off games like Miles Morales, right? And everybody was like, whoa, a new Final Fantasy. It looks pretty dark. It looks pretty mature. And we got the reveal that was Final Fantasy 16. Pretty shocking that we're getting a very mature Final Fantasy 16 by the director of Final Fantasy 14, working as producer, Naoki Yoshida, and directed by Hiroshi Takai, with a leak by Yasumi Matsuno accidentally saying that Mayhiro was working on it, and we found that out later too. So a lot of things were coming together. Everybody was pretty excited, and we had to wait for 2 years, a year and some change, because we got it in June of 2022, where we saw the first re-reveal trailer. And in my opinion, that trailer was not very good re-reveal trailer. I think re-reveal trailers need to do something that gets you pretty hyped, and I don't think this trailer specifically was very hype-inducing, in a similar way to, let's say, the re-reveal trailer of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth that we got at Summer's Games Fest. Now, that could just be because I'm more attached to FF7 and I knew nothing about Final Fantasy 16. However, I consider myself a huge Final Fantasy fan, and I love almost every game in the franchise. I don't think it's a specific thing of nostalgia or anything. It's more of a love of what these games do and what they create. So the fact that this trailer did not do that to me felt weird. It felt very off base in a lot of ways. But as that happened, as we got more trailers, we also got some interesting interviews. And I think this is the problem with this marketing scheme, or not marketing scheme, but this marketing in general. Scheme is the wrong word to use. But the problem with the marketing for this game, in my opinion, has been how they talk about this game. And they talk about the game in a way where they can't really reveal anything. So they talk about things in a certain way where they give you information on the background behind developers, what their thoughts on things, and why they chose to do things, which, you know, is very fine and dandy. But if there isn't anything to pull you into the game when you're talking about that, and you're a developer that not many people know, like a lot of people who would know about Naoki Yoshida or Hiroshi Takai or Mayhiro would be Final Fantasy 14 fans. And as you can see on my channel, I've been going through Final Fantasy 14. I think those guys are great. But a lot of people don't, and I didn't at the time. So when Yoshi P said stuff like, and it was taken out of context for sure, I'm not going to say that everybody who said the stuff was correct, because I know some people will, you know, be like, oh, but what about what these people said and what they did? And there's people who were definitely against this team, because Final Fantasy 16 is not a typical Final Fantasy in the way of like a Tetsuya Nomura or Kitase Final Fantasy. It's very different. So threw people off, and some of the words they said in those interviews were not very reassuring for certain groups of Final Fantasy fans. So saying stuff like, well, we didn't include mini games because Blitzball and stuff like that wouldn't make sense during a thing that's going on in 16 story, which is very fair, but also it's like, I don't know, man, we've had some pretty tough situations that we had things going on where you could get a pace break, and I think that's been an issue with Final Fantasy since 13, and not really for me, but for a lot of people, is that there's not a lot of pace breaking stuff. So hearing that there wouldn't be any pace breaking stuff once again after, you know, FF13 was very hard to hear for a lot of people. FF15 had a bunch of stuff to do after it got patches, so when you run through 15, you do get a like chance to break away from the main story. Not that there's like that much there, in my opinion. But it is nice to have like the Chocobo Ranch, and you can go Chocobo Racing, or you can play Monster something 5, I forget the name of the pinball machine, or, you know, go traversing around in non-fighting dungeons where you just do puzzles. There's stuff to break the pace of all the fighting, and people love that stuff. So hearing that from Yoshi P is very, I think like a lot of people were like, oh wow, really? Like there's no room for that. He mentions FF15 like in a very negative light throughout a lot of the interviews, and I know that wasn't very nice to hear for a lot of people. And I didn't like that when 15 itself was being marketed, where they would basically shit all over 13. Whenever they would talk about Final Fantasy need to be saved or whatever, it's like, what else are you talking about? And this had the same kind of vibe, probably not as hostile because it didn't get Sakaguchi to come in here and shit on it, but it still didn't feel great. It wasn't great. I don't even like 15, and I thought it was like, wow, really? And then some other stuff that he said that was very weird that he said, and I don't want to bring it up on here because I don't want to get a culture war on my mentions or on my YouTube comments because people are very strange and I don't want to deal with that. But he said some things, and it was weird he said those things because those things are not true. If you play the game or the demo or whatever, it's like, what are we talking about here? So it's just a bunch of weird stuff that Yoshi P said. Specifically Yoshi P. I think everyone else was perfectly normal. It was Yoshi P who said some things that were very strange and very off-putting. And how the game specifically was targeting a Western market. Now that's another thing about the marketing, is that it was targeting a Western market, not in the way of targeting JRPG fans who enjoy storytelling, because it's hiding the story close to his chest is the thing. And we can see that after playing the demo, that even though you knew that stuff that was in that demo, if you watch the trailers, you didn't know it really, right? Like, you didn't really know it. There's a difference between watching the trailer and seeing Clive go, "Joshua, stop this," for almost 2 years, almost 3 years at this point. And you know that he wants revenge. You know that he's gonna fight the icons. You know all this stuff. But then you look at the demo, which is the very first 2 hours of the game, by the way, I'd recommend playing it. You play this demo and you get the full context, you get some character relationships, you get some character writing that wasn't there. And I think that's weird that they didn't market this stuff that well. What they really want to market to you was the high octane action gameplay, which is fine, and that reaches a certain audience, but also you're reaching Final Fantasy fans too. And I know this franchise has to grow. I know it needs to get those people. I know it has to get the Call of Duty crowd. So we have to show Titan loss and Ifrit running on his back, or Ifrit beating the shit out of Bahamut, or Phoenix doing a shooting battle thing with Bahamut, or freezing the Corel inside the destroyed castle town with the Shiva icon, or the high octane action where you destroy the guy's stagger bar and goes willy-nilly on him with the Zantetsuken or whatever. I know we need this stuff. I know it has to be there, but I think you also need to show the story stuff. And they did in a few trailers, like the music theme song trailer had some very intriguing cutscenes, and I was like, oh, interesting, I wonder what this is going to be, I wonder what that's going to do. But for the most part, the marketing is aiming towards a specific crowd. However, there are 2 trailers that I saw that I think did a good job of intriguing me into the story. And that is the Revenge trailer shown at the Game Awards 2022, and also the Salvation trailer showing the recent state of play, or not state of play, the PlayStation Showcase, where they show Clive walking to a town, people are getting attacked, a castle town's burning down, a Mother Crystal's destroyed, and he's fighting Bahamut in space, it looked like, and Shiva or Jill says, "I don't want to be a monster, Clive." Stuff like that is like, wow, whoa, this trailer is really good, I really want to know more. And I think it's mostly on the matter of who you are as a player. Maybe that's what it really comes down to, that if you're more of an action player or a video game gameplay person, I can't talk, sorry. Those other trailers in that state of play that we had a few months ago will do it for you. And I'm not gonna pretend that those state of plays didn't do anything for me, because the game looks like, as a video game, insane. It looks like an insane, super immaculate video game, and it pulled me in. But story-wise, I wasn't pulled in until certain things, like the 2 trailers I mentioned and this demo. And that's really what it comes down to, is I think the marketing was doing the right thing but also the wrong thing, and this demo definitely fixed that for a lot of people. Now I can talk about the demos. So the demo is the first 2 hours of the game. It's a very strong 2 hours. I have seen so many people change their minds on this game, or people who weren't even interested in the game be like, whoa, I'm getting this day one. There's reactions that I'll put up on screen right now.
No! No! No, 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 no. No, fuck you! Nine days? This comes out in 9 days?
Gotta talk over. The people who beat the demo and just said, wow, I'm gonna go buy this. I'm gonna go buy this game now from PlayStation Store. I will be there day one at midnight. It's a very good demo. It gives you the character writing you didn't see in the trailer. It gives you the mystery, intrigue of what's going on with Clive, and you know, why does he have this thing while his brother doesn't. Sorry, not Clive, Joshua. Why does Joshua have this thing and Clive doesn't? Why did it skip over him? And then you can wonder, whoa, why is Clive having this headache? Why is Sam Breek or the Empire invading Phoenix Rest? I think that was the name, the Phoenix Rest. And you know, going after Joshua. And then you get all that stuff, you get all this cool stuff in the first 2 hours, and all this great world building with, like, you see these slaves using crystals to make water because, oh, the water well won't work. Or you get some stuff like Clive's mother clearly hating him, and then you find out, like, before you find out that he's his blood mother, you think, oh, he's a bastard, so he hates him. She hates him because he's not her son. But then you realize that she hates him because he didn't have the Phoenix. That's it. And then she has a fake love for her husband Elwin because he's the Duke of Rosaria. And there's like stuff like that that's all over that demo. There's lots of cool, interesting plot intrigues going on alongside some fantastic gameplay. And there's people like discovering tech as we speak, and have my own gripes with the gameplay, like mostly controls. But we're not going to get down to this video. That's not what this video is about. But it's a story demo first. It's a story demo first. It doesn't let you play for like too much, and they give you another demo alongside that to give you, you know, oh, you want to play more to learn the controls, you can play this other demo before the game comes out, alongside the 2-hour story demo that leads into the main game. It's great stuff. It's great stuff. It's great. It's a 2-in-1 demo fest, and this fantastic demo is what the marketing needed. Now, I know they couldn't release it earlier, because why would they release it earlier, right? They want to get all their other marketing out of the way. And it also helps that they had their little event on Sunday, I think it was, or not Sunday, Sunday last week, from when this video is coming out. And you know, it's like, wow, they have all this cool stuff, all these cool things going on, and then you get the demo the next day, which is the Monday, and there's just so much. There's so much to the little week that we had before launch that I felt wasn't there before. And you know, it could just be a personal thing, and I was always a believer in this game. It's not me saying that I didn't trust the plan. I was always a believer after FF14. I was like, this is gonna be a great Final Fantasy. This is gonna be really fucking good. And it's nice. It's nice to be reassured through this demo, and to see people convert, or people who have never heard of Final Fantasy play this one first. That's their first thing, this demo that is. And it's just nice. It's just nice seeing everyone's hype change. People theory crafting, people like being like, oh, what's gonna happen next? I cannot wait for this full game. People being like, damn, why'd I play this now? I have to wait a week because I want this game now. It's just fantastic. It's fantastic stuff. And I'm so glad that this demo is the marketing push this game. I'm full confidence that this demo is the marketing push the game needed. Not the interviews that we did like a couple of years ago, a few months ago, and the ones that keep coming out over and over and over, where he's not really saying much, in my opinion, or the state of play stuff where you like, they just show you cool things. But I feel like it's a game you have to touch to understand, if that makes sense, even though it like looks really cool. And this demo gave everyone everything they wanted. It gave the gameplay people what they wanted to try out the cool gameplay, and it gave people who wanted an interesting story that 2 hours of an interesting story. And I've been saying the same thing over and over again. I apologize, but it's a ramble video. But yeah, it's just like, it's just wow. Like, this demo was damn good, and I'm happy I played it. I'm happy everyone else loved it, and I'm happy it's just bringing people together. And this is what Final Fantasy is all about, man. Final Fantasy is this. I hope the full game can deliver. I really do. This to me is what Final Fantasy and a community of Final Fantasy gamers is. It's like, it's really nice. Really nice to be back here like we were in like 2020 when Remake came out. It's just cool. It's just really cool to be back here again. And I can't wait. I cannot wait for Thursday next week, June 22nd. Surprisingly, that's a Thursday. I thought it'd be a Friday, but yeah, whatever. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. Hope you guys enjoyed the demo. If you did play the demo and you love the game, leave me a comment. Say, yeah, I'm in, man. Something like that. Like, just let me know. Let me know that you're in. Let us know that there's a lot of people that are waiting for this game and are ready for it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I have a feeling it's gonna be great. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and peace from Crazy Games, everybody.